It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these NFC West foes. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. All that and more coming up next.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium.
Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. CD, big changes underfoot here in the desert for 2023. Most notably, new coaching staff. But I guess change seems inevitable when you come off a 4-13 season, does it not?
Absolutely. I think you're perfectly on track with that. And I think some of the change is going to be on offense where they were a little more wide open. But now, a bit more buttoned up, I would anticipate. And on defense, head coach, that's his background. I think he's going to throw a lot of different things at teams, trying to keep his team in contention.
Then for the visiting Rams, they found out the hard way that you need a lot of good fortune when you win a Super Bowl title. And when you don't get that good fortune, as they didn't last year, things can crash down to earth in a hurry.
And none of us really saw this coming. Remember, they were 12-5 the year they won the Super Bowl. Went 5-12 last year. Somehow I think this Rams team is better than what we saw last season, adding in a lot of new pieces in order to try and get back to the top of the NFC West.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense. And they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, the Rams won it all in Super Bowl 56, but last season was a stark contrast to that. The Rams need their quarterback to recapture his form from 2 seasons ago to help spark another postseason run.
First play from scrimmage, Stafford.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allow a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon.
Didn't get it by much, but bottom line, got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. It may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle, Freeman. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Stafford. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Well, the Cardinals offense set to take over for the first time, and they are piloted by their 5th-year quarterback, 2-time Pro Bowler as well, Kyler Murray.
He and Arizona came together on a hefty contract extension before last season. But injuries, well, they caused everyone to take a step backwards last year. But when healthy, Kyler Murray, still a big play waiting to happen on every snap.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now the veteran workhorse, here's James Conner.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
Well, that's not one you see very often on Aaron Donald because we know he's not trying to do anything intentional. But that time, just a little too late for the officials' liking.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Murray a give. This is Conner.
Shoves him away. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
2nd and 10.
This is Conner running right. Shoves him aside. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And Murray's going to keep this.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Connor is in. Touchdown, Arizona. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 20, here's second and 9.
Now it's Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Stafford.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They give it to Freeman up the gun. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Play action. Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Greg George deep for Arizona.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Murray now on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Conner. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their own 28-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Wasn't it fun in pregame standing downstairs and watching Matthew Stafford throw the football? I mean, that bad boy just whistled.
He can just rock it.
It just whistled by us, didn't it? But what is the one knock on him? Accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's what we just saw there, an incompletion on that throw downfield.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
He's going to find Atwell open downfield.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Stafford now to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 35. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They snap it to Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
The sack goes to Chris Barnes.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen, but this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the gun, here's Stafford.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Murray. It got his man complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown, 84 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford.
Connecting with Kupp here on the out route.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
They'll run here with Connor. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Cards have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Kyler Murray, to the surprise of no one, finished 2nd amongst quarterbacks with 11 rushing touchdowns in 2020. Just 3 in 11 games in 2022. But let's face it, anytime he's maneuvering around, we expect him to take off and go, and he did it on that play.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 21-0. That time a 6-play drive, and the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
21-0 our score after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 22.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Stafford on 1st down. Pass complete there to Nakua. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Touchdown, Rams! Tyler Higbee from 8 yards out, and the Rams get a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Point after, right down the middle, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
Greg Dortch now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll start the drive with a give to Conner.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the 1st half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Murray now to throw.
To Conner on the check down. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
This is 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Conner, and he gets it down to the 32. With his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray.
And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Murray now. Out to the right here to Wilson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a handoff coming left, Connor. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd down and 8. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Murray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
This offense has a lot of weapons, but you know they like to look Connor's way down here near the end zone. He's got that rugged running style, and that's a nice job there to hold him to a short pickup.
Once again, it's Connor.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
James Conner
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cardinals are able to widen their advantage. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7.
Stafford.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Stafford.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
Be more. You talk about fantasy live, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching.
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here comes 3rd down at 7.
Here's Murray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw here into the hands of...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Right back to Conner here on first. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
2nd and 9.
Now Murray. Oh, what a move. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up the throw, and this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Connor. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a draw play. This is Connor. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Murray. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Rams about to go on offense one final time in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Ethan Evans on now to punt. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We watched the veteran James Conner put together a very solid first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Now Greg Dortch going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. And Wilson with it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner.
Down to about the 45.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7.
Moore, the man in motion.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
From his own goal line, Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Stafford now to throw.
Short throw, it's Higbee. And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he's up to the 15-yard line.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, it's Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Off of play action, here's Stafford.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Out of the gun, Stafford.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's still on his feet. Touchdown! Puka Nacua.
57 yards.
And the Rams are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for two. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Greg Dortch returning. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Connor going to get it again on second down. 103 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Connor. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. He's got the connection to Moore. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
They gave him the option there on third and short, run or pass, you choose. And he decided to fling it out to the perimeter, and that was the right call as they pick up the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Throwing now is Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Murray giving to Connor on the option. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 32-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down, Murray.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Throwing again, Murray. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Connor. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Here's Murray, a quick throw complete.
They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Freeman again, a first down carry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They give it to Freeman up the gun. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
56 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. This is Freeman on 1st and 10.
And he'll work down inside the 45. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Throwing is Stafford. And that'll be caught by Cup. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start with a give to Connor. Pushes past him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the fourth. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Rams now coming out on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now it's Stafford.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
To the air again, Stafford.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford. That is caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On 1st and 10, Stafford gets it off to Freeman. The first down screen pass, good for 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
2nd and 5.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee.
And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with a give to Connor. Powering forward. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 136 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Murray.
That pass complete to Moore.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 43. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Murray getting this complete to Connor.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side with Connor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Here's Connor on the read option.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Again, a run with Connor. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs, and if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On first down, it's Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
On first down, Stafford here. He goes underneath to Freeman. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Stafford to his #1 guy Cup for a Los Angeles first.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Stafford on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Cards are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They begin on the ground here with Connor.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Connor up the middle. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.